Woman wants to be attacked in a parking lot or anywhere else, but we hear about it all too often. So how do you protect yourself? Joining me this morning is Dan Vigil, creator of the Vigil Fighting System. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for letting me be here.
All right, so we always hear about being aware of our surroundings. What can we do to prevent any possible attacks?
Yeah, it's a great question. So the first thing we want to do is as we're being aware, know what we're being aware of. And I think what you want to look for first is people who are just out of place. The next thing we want to do is observe behaviors that we call pre-incident indicators that might show us that they're coming after us. So one of them that is very common is scanning for witnesses. So if I'm looking at you and I'm thinking I might want to attack you, I'm going to check around and look to see who might be watching. So if you see somebody and they're kind of looking around, looking shifty, and they start walking toward you, grooming themselves, that's a good indication that they're coming your way for no good.
Yeah.
So we want to give them like a little soft warning to kind of stay back.
All right.
So what we're going to do is take like a little defensive posture. So we're going to take our right hand or right leg back.
Okay.
And then we're going to look at them, and we're going to put our hands up like this, kind of the universal gesture for stop.
Okay.
We're going to say, hey, stay back.
Stay back.
Yeah, so now we know if we're telling them to stay back and they're still coming, they must be up to no good, right? So we might give them one more verbal warning if we can, and those verbal warnings help to attract attention, right? People start noticing as we're saying back off. And then if we can't get them to back off, we're going to hit them with our palm, but we're going to do that using our whole body. So we're going to start the motion in our hip, right? And then throw our shoulder into it as well, strike out with the palm of the hand, right? And come back this way. So we get like a big boom, right? And hopefully that's enough to deter them. All of a sudden, we're not a very easy target. We were aware, alert. We tried to de-escalate the situation. We drew some attention to ourselves, and now we've shown that we're willing to fight and defend ourselves if we have to. So hopefully that's enough. If it's not, I brought one of my students, Andrea. She's taking a few classes with me. We're going to have Andrea beat me up a little bit. So
Come on, Andrea.
Yeah, here she goes. So maybe I'm still talking. My hands are down, right? So she's going to try to get me preemptively as I start to close the distance. So she's going to hit me right here, right? And then she's going to hit me with a second one. Now maybe I bring my hands up to defend myself. So then instead of that being a strike, now she's pulling me down, she's hitting me with that one, right? And then if I came and I wanted to hit her, that could become some kind of a defensive motion too, and then she's countering, and ultimately, you know, she might try to finish me with some kicks to my legs or you know, some sort of disabling attack like that. But mostly what she's trying to do is just get me off of her and enable herself to get to safety.
Now, how many classes did it take for her to get those moves down?
You know, that's something we teach in the very first class. It's a gross motor skill. So as we adrenalize and we're nervous, we go out of our high brain, we go into our low brain, our fine motor function goes away, and we have gross motor skills, right? So fine motor skill diminishes, but gross motor skill is enhanced under adrenaline.
All right, so where are you guys located?
We're in Northville, downtown Northville, in the Water Wheel building.
And how much do classes cost?
We have a seminar that's coming up on the 23rd of February. It is $75 at the door, but you can pre-register for $60, and if you enter the discount code WXYZ, we'll give you an additional 10% off of that. So they can go to vigilfightingsystem.com and get registered there.
And again, real quick, if you've got something even like your keys or a flashlight in hand, a small one,
we recommend just a small flashlight, just big enough to kind of fit out the bottom of your hand. And then if you think about that first cycle, right now as she's using this, that becomes a pretty deadly weapon as she strikes with that, you know, about the face and neck, so to speak.
All right, thank you so much, both of you. We're going to have all the details on our website, WXYZ.com. Just check the scene on 7 section.